Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is 2024 and welcome back to the MotoOption Supercross Championship live here in MX Simulator. My name is Kellen Brower here for Start Your Systems tonight, ready to bring you guys the action from the opening round here tonight at Anaheim. This is going to be a ton of fun, a great racetrack, a great racing scene here tonight as well, and the three-time champ Braden Carter looking to three-peat the Anaheim opener as he goes to defend the title this year in the 450 class. We have got so many storylines to get through. We've got a lot to talk about as well. I know you guys have already talked about a couple things in the chat room, but of course, before we do that, we have to get into our qualifying format tonight and what exactly happens. So these guys have already had about an hour on this track. The track came out an hour ago, so they have been putting in the time to get ready to go racing here tonight. And then the format will be as follows. We'll have our heat races, we'll have our last chance qualifiers, and then we'll drop the gate on the season to start our main events this year. All that will be live right here on Start Your Systems TV on Twitch. And we thank you guys so much for jumping over to join us back on Twitch this year. Full replays will still be available on YouTube, but that's why we are back over on Twitch this year. So, like I said, qualifying just happened. Let's go ahead and jump into that screen and kind of talk about it a little bit, see what's going on. Trying to get these refreshed at the moment, but Braden Carter was our fastest qualifier, at least in the early stages of things. Last time I was able to refresh this. So Carter up top with Eaglin, Sullivan, Castellaneta, and Seth Carr. And the way that this works is the same way as any race format with Supercross in mind. There are 40 riders that are going to the gate tonight. They will have to race through heat races to make the main events, but the 40 fastest qualifiers go through. So everybody that you're seeing basically on this list already is going to make it in. Some of these guys outside looking in, you can see Gummison and Soderblom and some of those other guys down there going to have a little bit of tough time trying to turn things around, and hopefully for their case, they were able to get a lap in just before time expired here at the end. Now, I know a lot of people were talking about Payson Johnson. Where is Payson Johnson? He is in qualifying tonight, and I know a lot of people were like, why isn't he in opening ceremonies? What the heck? What's going on? We were told, and a lot of people in Sim were told, Payson wasn't coming back. He was telling people that he was not going to be racing, and so we did not do anything to build up him racing this year because he told us he wasn't going to race. So him racing tonight is a total surprise to us. It looks like maybe he's dusting the cobwebs off a little bit himself, not his normal top of the qualifying that we see out of Payson Johnson. But he did qualify 17th here tonight so far, so as long as he ends up in the server, he, of course, will be in the 450 class here tonight. Whoa, we've got a problem right there. Apologies for that. Let me go back here. Let's take a look at our 250 qualifying here tonight, and you'll notice that reigning 250 West champion and 250 outdoor champion Seth Shirley is back in the class this year. He elected to stay down in 250 West this season because he wanted to defend this title. He wanted to run the number one plate this one time. So he is our fastest qualifier tonight so far at a 102.4. Hayden Stevenson, Andonia Escura, John Heilman, and Braden Tharp all there in the mix. And same story here. 40 riders go through, and then our heat races will be made up of everybody down on this list. You can see we had a lot of guys sign up here tonight. 72 entries in the 250 class. And 450 class, how many did we end up getting out here tonight? 60. So 60 people signed up for the 450 class tonight. Good deal for sure. So we'll jump back in the server here in just a minute. Before we get started tonight, want to give a big thank you, of course, to the Race Factory Gaming crew for putting on another season of MotoOption Supercross. The Race Factory Gaming track crew has been working very hard behind the scenes. I've been seeing it all going on for what they've been doing to get this track built, get this series off the ground, and get ready to go racing this year for you guys. If you're joining us here tonight, this is, of course, the Professional North American Championship. However, there is two other championships that go along with this Race Factory Gaming Supercross series. There is the EU series that happens tomorrow, which is Thursday evening in Europe. It's going to be kind of like mid-ish day in the USA. And then there is the AMS series, which happens on Sunday night. And if you're interested in racing either of those or getting involved in any way, we highly recommend checking out racefactorygaming.com. That's where you can get all your information about when the series is, when the races are, how to sign up, so on and so forth. So that's a quick little disclaimer there. And one final disclaimer from me. I've been battling a pretty severe illness the last couple of weeks, so you may notice I'm a little nasally, a little under the weather. My head is actually on fire right now. I just came right out of a dark room to stream this. So we're going to kind of Jordan Game 6 this a little bit tonight, and I'm going to try to pull through and get 2 hours out to you guys here on a broadcast. But I am feeling a little bit under the weather, so if I lose a little bit of luster in the middle of the race or something like that. It's just because I'm trying to collect myself, collect my voice, and make sure I'm okay, because I'm still feeling a little bit crappy. But like I said, we're about to go racing. So let's jump in the server and check out what is going on. Take a look at this beautiful racetrack we have here tonight, a little overhead view of the Anaheim 1 circuit in MX Simulator. A lot of people have already seen this track because Star Racing built this as a replica track at their facility at the Goat Farm. But it is a really unique racetrack because it goes across the start straight, 5 times? 6 times, I guess, because it goes back and forth across it. But yeah, this is really, really cool how this is all laid out. We got back-to-back whoop sections. We got a really long rhythm section right before those whoops as well, which could be a little bit tricky for the 250 guys to nail everything through those sections. Big finish line into a big Supercross triple. Great dualies opportunities. We always love to call the dualies. But overall, I think that this is going to be a very solid racetrack tonight to see how these guys find their lines, figure things out, and are able to maybe make some passes here tonight. So we are in the server. We're going to get ready to go here shortly. But yeah, great to see you guys here in the chat room tonight, hanging out and so on and so forth. I saw someone also ask, where is A-Wood? Andrew Wood, who is our usual co-broadcaster, not here tonight. Just unfortunately could not make it tonight, and it actually kind of worked out anyway with me being sick. I did not want to give it to him too. So no A-Wood tonight, but he is planning on coming back in the coming weeks, and hopefully we're going to have a couple fun surprise guests as well to maybe get the season started here in the next couple of weeks. So just me tonight, but we'll have A-Wood and others back in the studio. I'm missing a lot of alerts as well. You guys are coming in heavy with the hype train. Doomslayer handing out subs like it's nobody's business. Carl Novak, thank you as well for the sub. Tons of followers. You guys asking me to hydrate. Loves over with a sub as well. Thank you so much for the support. OG BPC, there's Braden Carter. He's resubbing as well. So yeah, appreciate it, guys. The sub train is real. B White 615 with the sub as well. Really appreciate the love and support already you guys are showing us tonight. We got over 300 viewers on Twitch. And yeah, I've heard a couple people say, like, what's the deal with not going on YouTube? Because we were streaming on YouTube and because we were using a Holtzy to do some edits and stuff like that, we started running into some problems with copyright. And it was kind of negatively impacting our main channel a little bit. And I definitely don't want to lose the main channel. So we reorganized a little bit. There is still going to be all the broadcasts live here on Twitch. It's also going to be uploaded to the Start Your Systems TV YouTube channel, so be sure to check that out as well. It's a separate channel, but it's still under the same umbrella. And everything will still exist on YouTube. It's just going to be, obviously, like tape delayed. It'll be uploaded at a later date. Twitch is a lot easier to work with when it comes to live streaming. YouTube was always really finicky with bit rates and stuff like that, so that's why we're not on YouTube anymore. I know maybe it hurts the viewership a little bit, but hopefully you guys all followed us over back to this side, and it seems like everyone's having a good time here tonight so far. So yeah, definitely appreciate it. A couple more people coming in with subs. You guys are just, geez, the sub train off the chart right now. Man, Chance S218, thank you for the sub. Johannes BYMX, thank you so much. Thick Boy BT, Braden Tharp, what is up? He is also subbing. Bort Thames, I think is how you say that, with the sub as well. Chadler TTV with the sub. MX Prodigy 17, thanks so much for the sub. Bootsy, he's also resubbing. And we got Bits coming in. It's raining down in the chat room, man. I can't even keep up with what's going on. But we are soon to get going here. Looks like Tyler Lang is in the chat trying to update people on what exactly is going on, which it sounds like something with the Race Factory site. So while we're here, why don't we show you guys this track a little bit, and I'll kind of talk through some of the cool nuanced details of it. First of all, pretty long start straight into a right-handed first corner. Going to be interesting to see how that works out this weekend. And then we got this little like kind of step plateau out of the first corner. And the interesting thing about this is it's actually kind of hard to step up onto the tabletop off of that little kind of low jump right there. So we might have a couple instances of some weird first turn crashes and so on and so forth, right into a bull berm and an on-off, and then we swing back across the start straight, little triple out of this corner, popping back into this next almost 180-degree corner, and then this little cool floater hip jump right here, land on the gas all the way back across the start straight, swing it around off the berm, and then a sand section. Inside-outside options, you're going to see that wear down quite a bit. Obviously, the road system in MX Simulator will impact those just a little bit. Dragons back to flat with a little double just before the finish line jump. And then you're going to toss it silly for the fans out there. Get upside down again, because we got a double, we got a triple, we got it all. This rhythm section will be interesting for sure tonight. Kind of blew it right there, but you're going to triple in. I think a lot of the 450 guys will then quad, and a handful of guys, depending on their setup, may be able to 5 out. The 250 guys should be able to triple quad as well, because the speeds are very high through this rhythm section. But I'll have to see how that all kind of shakes down in the 250 class. And then back-to-back whoop sections. And these whoops are pretty peaky for the opening round. Not as kind of rolled out as we've seen with some of the Race Factory whoops over the past couple of years. So you kind of bounce through them, and then you have an inside-outside option here. I think you're going to see a couple different ways to get through this rhythm section, but definitely a very unique racetrack to start the year at Anaheim. Some regards, it's a little bit more technical than we're used to, and in other ways, I feel like it's kind of the norm of what you expect out of Anaheim, with a little bit more lowbrow stuff, kind of high speed back and forth across the start straight, easier sections to maybe not get people hurt at the opening round in real life, and so on and so forth. But definitely a very unique racetrack, and should, I think, hopefully provide some good racing here tonight. Trying to keep up with what's going on. Boom. We are loading into something, so I'll figure out what that is in just a second. You guys got us to a level 4 hype train, so we're just absolutely crushing it. Rev Supply Co. was gifting out community subs. Corneals also subbed. I am on the gate and not in warm-up, so apparently I'm about to show the fans around here right now. But yeah, you guys are showing the love and the support here on Twitch. I did show Quali already. Do we want to show Quali again? I mean, I am just sitting on the gate right here, so it's not like anything of real sustenance is going on, but we can check out Quali. Excuse me. It's not Jackson with the sub. Thank you so much. It does appear Payson is back, as I see that question rolling in the chat room. Trying to get Race Factory to load right now. I think T-Lang himself is trying to deal with some of those. All right, so it looks like they just pulled UIDs, because we've got 114 people just pulled right now, and yeah. All right, just making sure I'm not missing anything. Let's take a look at times, though. We already did talk about it. We can talk about it again, and we'll get those pulled up any second right now. There we go. All right. Race Factory website always overloaded on the opening round, so sometimes we run into a little bit of slow situations like this. Ears are popping. Great to see a lot of first-time chatters here tonight, too. A lot of you guys in the chat room hanging out, talking in here for the first time, haven't been here tonight. Definitely no shots for dualies tonight. I see that pulled up in the chat. I'm more about my health at the moment, so no shots for dualies. But maybe that is something A1 and I can pull off in the future. Now that the AMA is not involved, it's a little bit looser of a program. Pablo Vial, thank you so much for the sub, dude. And hopefully we'll see you out there on the racetrack tonight. All right, quali times. Finally, we got these pulled up. And Carter did actually, right at the end, go 59.3. So first guy sub 1 flat. And first guy sub 101, actually, because Colby Eaglin, 101 flat. Siebolt, 101.1. Logan Leitzel, 101.3. Sullivan, 101.3. Close times, except for our defending champion, who looks riled up and ready to go at it here in Anaheim. Like I said, Payson Johnson is here tonight, qualified 17th, so look forward to seeing him. And here are some of the other runners down the order that have made it in based on times. It looks like Noah Bindis did get that final spot into the show. But if there are a few guys that no show ahead of him, of course, there are riders like Jared Gummison, Millie Soderblom, and Christopher McPherson who can still make it in to the top 40 times. In our 250 West standings, Seth Shirley, fastest qualifier to 1:02.484. Hayden Stevenson, Braden Tharp, Ryan Pinkerton, and Andoni Azcura separated by just about a second between the top 7 or so times there, with Heilman and Schaefer sneaking into the picture as well. And again, if we go down the list here, our 48th qualifier, Jeremy Estrella, on the 593 machine, has snuck his way in. Tristan Powell, Jax Lindsay, Martin Lundquist, and the rest are going to have to hope a few guys no-show here tonight. But most of the time when qualifying is only an hour, these guys have been playing here for the last hour. More often than not, these guys end up staying. So, yeah, I think that we have seen our Fast 40 in both classes solidified. It feels like, as I'm trying to load back into the server, that I'm stuck in a loading screen. And because of that, we may be getting ready to go for 250 heat number 1. I'm trying to keep an eye on things. Race host Tyler Lang is working feverishly behind the scenes. Catsnot as well with the sub. Thank you so much, Catsnot. Former teammate of mine. And appreciate the support. Big Red 538 also with a tier 1 sub for 3 months in advance. Look at him go. Good to see it. All right, like I said, we are trying to load back into the server. There we go. Loading bikes now. So I think what I can do now is we'll hop out of our intermission screen and get into the server screen here now. Excuse me for just a moment. All right. Sorry, just had to blow my nose really quickly right there. All right, let's get our graphics up. So that we know what race we're about to watch. 250 heat number 1. Getting set and ready to go to the gate here. And it does look like they are on the racetrack. Siding things out at the start here. Evan Vanderkoy, Steve Bonal, Colin Allen, Tucker Zimmerman, Hayden Stevenson, Ryan Pinkerton, John Heilman, Timmy Briscoe, Maverick Schneider, Tyler Shoey, Emmanuel Cepeda, Cash Woods, Hayden Grimes, Evan Cormack, Daniel Olson, Ben Seberg, Tristan Powell, Race Cobble, Zane Urich, all on the gate for this one. Top 9 riders transfer through to the main event. And everyone else heads to the last chance qualifier. Here we go, folks. It's go time. 6 minutes plus a lap, 250. Heat number 1 is loading up onto the gate. Top 9 transfer. Everybody else heads to the last chance qualifier. But here we go, folks. MotoOption 30 card turns sideways for the first time in 2024. We are racing. It's like the 20 machine got there first, but he got hung up and went down. Daniel Olson is going to get the whole shot. TSDZ Productions 81 machine out front. A lot of guys going down. Predicted that with that tricky on-off section out of the first corner. So Olson able to get away a bit scot-free in the early runnings of this. As a small gap already opened up. Alec Horn on the 27. Emmanuel Cepeda with a good start on the 56. But they're all chasing Daniel Olson on the 81 machine on this opening lap. Up onto the Dragon's back, and Olson skipping side to side. Almost had machine skip out from underneath of him right there. You'll see the running order across the top of your screen. You can track where your favorite rider is in the race. 6 minutes plus a lap in this one. Olson messes up the rhythm section, but Horton didn't get it too great, and now they're going to go back and forth in this corner. Watch out for Cepeda on the 56. He's down the inside. He's going to move into second place on Alec Horn. Olson is down in the whoops, and he just narrowly doesn't bring Cepeda with him. So Cepeda into the race lead just like that. Horn right behind him. Oh, Horn almost through the front door, and Horn ends up making the pass stick. Where did that come from? On the 27 machine. Now he jumps off the track. Oh, the cobwebs are needing to be dusted off a little bit for these guys. You can certainly see they're all over the place early on, and Tucker Zimmerman almost went over the bars out of the 3 spots. So the battle for the lead continues. You'll also notice a bit of a new feature in MX Simulator this year. We have tread marks. Finally, JLV included that in the game with the 4K textures underneath. So you can see where the lines are starting to develop. Of course, the road system's still in place, so the corners will dig out a little bit more. But we can also see where these guys are going with those tread marks in the corner, on the straightaways, and so on and so forth. Change for the lead has come. Emmanuel Cepeda goes to the front. Alec Horn missed the rhythm section this time by, and the 56 machine out front. 27 of Alec Horn fighting back. Going to go down the inside into this corner, and he gets him. Cepeda wears off. He's trying to fight back. And he's going to quad, but he cases it, and he goes down. Thought it was a bit of a lofty goal to go for the quad right there, and it bites him in the end. He's going to fall to 7th by the looks of it, behind Vanderkoy. So back to our leader, and another change. Tucker Zimmerman of the Neverland T Jimmy program out front. Horn down, and he brings Bonnell. Horn did not actually fall off the bike, but Steve Bonnell does, as Horn kind of went through the mechanics area. And now our leader Zimmerman is down. My goodness. Come on, guys. It's a pro race. So Hayden Stevenson of Yogi Designs takes over the race lead on the 12. Horn remains second despite all the chaos. And now the 81 of Daniel Olson is back into the picture. He's in third. See these whoops. They are treacherous, man. Bouncing through them the way they are. Like Stevenson uncorked the quad, and Olsen just went down in third. So Cepeda goes back by Vanderkoy, I think also right there as well, into the 4 spot. Race Cobble now moves into 5th with Bonnell 6th. Zimmerman is 7th. Olsen picks it up in 8th. And then we got Colin Allen on the 20 for Phil Ski and Snowboard. He was the man who we got into that first corner first, but ended up going down. He is in our final transfer spot just ahead of Cash Woods. Oh, that's not going to be good. Oh, so lucky no one was coming the other way, but he does lose a position. Cash Woods into the final transfer spot. Triple out of that corner. Quad again. And single into this one. Sets you up for the whoops, which look at this. Everyone jockeying for positions. Tucker Zimmerman side by side with Race Cobble. Daniel Olson just behind the both of them. Here's some split option lines. Olson, or I should say Cobble, doesn't get it very good. Olson makes a pass. Here comes Colin Allen down the inside. He gets Race Cobble as well. I believe that is for the final transfer spot. So Colin Allen picking himself off of that mistake has made it back into 9th. And this track is wearing down quickly as, again, Colin Allen, same spot, almost goes down. He's in 8th now. So Cobble back to 9th, and then Cash Woods in 10th. This is 8, 9, 10 on your screen right now. Only the top 9 transfer. Cobble sitting on the bubble position. Woods makes a mistake. Oh, and who's that down? Is that Olson? It is. Daniel Olson down. So Cash Woods able to move back into the 9 position. But John Heilman sneaking into the picture a little bit for Finca. You can see Olsen trying to figure out a way through. The white flag, by the way, is waving for our race leaders. We'll get back to them in a minute as, oh, that is Alec Horn down. He's going to pick it up, and Daniel Olson just crashed again and disconnected. So Alec Horn is in the final transfer spot. Olson was about to be there, but he crashed again and disconnected. And picking it up right there is Colin Allen. So some of our favorites here tonight already in some early problems. Cash Woods is down, and that is going to be a transfer spot change as Shoei went to the position for the time being Cobble goes back by. Now he's getting sideways in and out of the tough blocks. That is going to be fun to go back to. Meanwhile, up front, Hayden Stevenson pulled away in this one and left everybody in the rearview mirror. He is going to bring it down on the last lap here. 7.8 seconds at the flag. Hayden Stevenson takes 250 Heat 1 to start out 2024. Manuel Cepeda second, Bonnell third, Zimmerman fourth, Vanderkoy rounding out the top five, Heilman sixth, Horn seventh, Allen eighth, and here is Race Cobble trying to hold on for one more straightaway. Dragons back, taking it relatively easy. Maverick Schneider is a teammate, and he's just not going to get there. Race Cobble goes to the main event, and Schneider misses out. Cash Woods, Ben Seberg, Tristan Powell, Evan Cormack, Tyler Shoei, Zane Urich, Aiden Grimes, Timmy Briscoe, Daniel Olson, Ryan Pinkerton. Also not going to the main event with them. All two digits have made it to the main event out of this one. And only so far one double-digit guy is not going through. So Hayden Stevenson takes 250 Heat number 1. Take a look at penalties real fast, and nothing changes. The exact same top 9 as they cross. They all chased home Hayden Stevenson. Yes, I saw you guys talking about the banner. Hold on. All right. It should be fine now. Chill down. Oh, excuse me. All right. Trying to get my wits about me here. Head is on fire, so I'm going to take some meds here in just a second. But that is 250 Heat 1 in the books. Hayden Stevenson picking up the dub. Heat number 2 coming up next. Of course, feature our defending 250 West champion, Seth Shirley, as well as a host of other riders. All right, we are back. Sorry about that. Just icing my head and saving my voice a little bit. But 250 Heat number 2 is on the gate. Evan Holt, Jonathan Hernandez, Mads Boll, Braden Tharp, Tyler Nichols, Sonny Spicer, Ben Narana, Caden Speck, Jeremy Estrella, Daniel Irvine, Tanner Thorson, Emmett Sun, Sam Weigman, Austin Schaefer, Cameron Perkins, Andoni Ezcura, Carson Bullen, the 1 dub of Seth Shirley, and the 381 of Holden Coate. So Shirley back with the number 1 plate this year, ready to defend, and we'll see how he does. Shout out MX310 for the sub. Alrighty, folks, here we go. 250 Heat 2 coming up. Top 9 go to the main event. Everybody else heads to the last chance qualifier. And who will get it done out of this one? We are about to find out. The 14 is Sam Weigman just alongside the 1 of Seth Shirley. Braden Tharp on the 23's got a good gate. Who is going to get to the corner first? Let's find out. It's 250, Heat 2 in Anaheim. Well, Tharp did get a good jump. He swung a little bit wide, and it's going to allow Shirley up the inside to grab the hole shot. So Shirley, great start, and quads up into the corner to take the lead. Tharp right behind him in second as Kura got hung up, and it causes a bit of chaos. Your riders going down as everyone jockeys for those early positions. So Shirley and Tharp get a bit of an advantage because of it. The rest of the field hung up, dealing with that chaos in the second corner. And Narana on the 135 came out in the 3 spot. Then Weigman, Hernandez, Nichols, Bolin as Kura, Perkins, and Estrella. That is your top 10 coming to the flag on lap number 1. Let's go back to our leaders, though, because Shirley already trying to open up the gap out front. Talked about it in the intro coming into tonight. Seth Shirley, 250 West reigning champion and reigning 250 National Motocross champion, tied with Cade Matherly in the outdoor season this past year. Initially was going to move right up to the 450 class, but elected to race 250 West because, as he put it, you only get one chance really to run the number 1 plate in a title defense like this unless you're able to do it on a 450. He wanted to at least run the 1 in Supercross. So he slapped the number 1 on his JIBR.co KTM and is trying to double down. Had some strong words coming into the season. Mentioned that the goal for him is to try to go perfect. It's always tough to do that, as he says, but feels he has the speed in this game and the ability to do so if things fall his way. And starting off on the right foot with a huge lead here in 250 heat number 2. So Tharp, a little mistake, still settles into second. And then Weigman, Nichols, Bolin, and Hernandez in a bit of a freight train all the way back to the 6th spot. Different line for Sam Weigman. Definitely seeing that these 250 guys kind of struggling with that long rhythm section. The triple in, not too much of an issue. Quad after that, unless you get that first triple super clean, might be the real trouble spot, as Nichols has now moved into 3rd. It looks like Weigman maybe went down in the background. So Bolin goes through, Weigman slips to 5th, and there is Hernandez still in the 6th spot. The 112 Frosty Race Co. machine. Good start to his night so far. That's not going to help, though. A little front-end wash on the downside of that tabletop. Loses touch with the group he was with, but is still a comfortable 6th. Ben Narana closing up from 7th. Estrella 8th, and Holden Coate has now moved into the final transfer spot. Early on in this one. We are already just about at the halfway point, and that is Hernandez down. Hernandez picks it up in 11th. He's going to cut back underneath dualies with Emmett Sund. And again, a little kind of dualies. Gets into 10th around Sund and then triples in. He's trying to go back to 9th. Daniel Irvine, though, gets the rhythm after that. Mostly clean, and then he goes down. These guys quadding up into the corner behind him. Oh, Estrella's down in 8th. So here comes Sund. He is going to go by now. He goes down. So Hernandez goes by, and moving into 9th is Andoni Ezcurra. The 64T SCZ Productions machine now rounds out our transfer spot. Almost over the front door, though, for Ezcurra. That is a fun one for sure. Battle up front is a Bruin. Tharp has gotten to Shirley. Tharp cooking right now, but Shirley also had to have made a mistake with how big the gap was and how fast it came down. So can Tharp figure something out to make a pass on the 1 machine and go into the lead? Great run down the inside of the whoops. He's going to try. Shirley squares it back off brilliantly, but I think Tharp's got it. Oh, they almost get together, and somehow Tharp lands completely sideways, doesn't go down, and now he's going to quad up into this corner and take the lead right back. Really good fight between these two, and so far, clean racing. Love to see it Tharp off the side of the track just a little bit. Shirley thinks of an inside line, but not close enough. Oh, outside to in for Shirley. Is he going to square it off? He's just going to really get on the throttle into the sand section. So Tharp into the lead, and Shirley, now he is going to do the chasing. As they click on to lap number 6, 1 minute plus a lap left to go in this one, and the battle is on. Triple in here, Shirley through the front door and down. Went for the seat bounce, kicked him hard, lands on the nose, and he's off the bike. Will remount about 9 seconds off of the lead, still in second place. So Weigman, they're into the 3 spot, just ahead of Nichols, and Shirley is down after the whoops again. He is going to fall to 4th place. Not the way he was hoping to start off this heat race for the champ. On the flip side, though, Braden Tharp, little mistake on that second lap, cost him some time, but pretty much since then has been pretty smooth sailing on the 23 to get back into position to battle for the lead, take the lead, and now he is off and running with it. And interesting to see there, not hitting the Dragon's back like a whoop section, almost rhythming up it, making sure he doesn't go down. White flag is in the air, though. 1 lap to go here on 250 Heat 2 from Anaheim. Weigman, Shirley, Nichols, Nurana, the top 5. Ezcura up to 6, Holden Coates 7th. Oh, Carson Bolin just got stuffed, and he's going to lose a transfer spot. Evan Holt goes up to 9th. Mads Boll right there as well with Bolin. Oh, Holtzy didn't quite get the line clean. Let's see if he can fight back. Inside. Oh, and he parks Carson Bolin, but Bolin does not go down. After the whoops, let's see what Bolin does. No, just follows in right behind him. So battle for 9th is on. Holtzy kind of hopping through those whoops just a little bit. Go back up to our leader. Here comes Braden Tharp. 250 Heat 2 goes to Braden Tharp. So Shirley, Nichols, Weigman, Coate, top 5, Nurana, Ezcura, Sund. And here's Holtzy. Oh, front end kind of locked up awkwardly. Cut across line from Bolin. Blocks the line. Who's that down? That's Holden Coate on the 381. So Holt is into a transfer spot if he stays here. Holden Coate was down in that bowl corner. Let's see if Coate sends it, though. This final turn, not close enough. Holtzy to the main event out of 9th. Coate misses out by 0.8 at the flag. Joey Arico, Mads Boll, Jonathan Hernandez, Caden Speck, Austin Schaefer, Daniel Irvine. All just missed out. Pretty close, honestly. Behind 9th. These guys were way, way back there. Spicer a little bit down. Thorson, not a good start to his season. He's headed to the LCQ on the 96. And Jeremy Estrella, who was up there, also headed to the LCQ. Cameron Perkins did not finish this race. But the dub goes to the 23 machine. Braden Tharp takes 250, heat number 2. For penalties, changing anything? No. Holtzy holds on to the final transfer spot. And that is our 250 class, showing us how it's done to start off the night here in Anaheim. I'm going to mute up here and take a quick voice break, and we'll be back on the other side of this one with 450 heat number 1. All right, we are back. 450 heat number 1 loaded onto the gate. Tyler Lang, Frank Jackson, Trevor Burns, Dylan Cavicciuti, Tanner Rogers, Bodie Parker, Garrett Hollenbeck, Logan Leitzel on the 3, Bryce Whelan, Seth Carr, Matt Cromie, Jack Haley, Noah Bindis, Nick Tomasunis, and Rasmus Balzer make up the runners in this one. I thought there was one guy. Well, it was Colby Eaglin. I don't know if we caught him in the rundown, but that looks to be our lineup heading into 450 heat number 1 here tonight. Same story. Top 9 transfer through to the main event, and everyone else heads to the last chance qualifier where they will get their last chance to make it through. All right, who has got themselves a good gate pick? Looks like Bryce Whelan, who is a whole shot maestro, is lined up 2 inside from the box. Seems like that inside on the gate is where it's getting it done. Let's see if it happens again. 450 heat 1 here in Anaheim. Actually, it was from outside of the box. It was a KTM. Let's see who swooped in. Tanner Rogers on the 55 grabs the whole shot. He's got Eaglin right there behind him, and Rogers almost went down. Eaglin on the 24 moves right into second place. He's got Bodie Parker, Bryce Whelan, and Logan Leitzel in the top 5 behind him. So Rogers on the 55, Eaglin on the 24 lead the field on this opening lap of 450 heat number 1. Rear end sliding. Here's an outside move. Eaglin, we haven't seen many people try that in the sand, but he gets right up on Rogers' rear fender. Oh, and sideways. Eaglin does not fall off the bike, and a couple guys hit each other. I don't know how they didn't go down. Our leader ended up going down off screen. Bodie Parker has taken over the lead. He's got Whelan right on him on the 31. Different lines, and it is going to be Whelan who gets the job done. 31 by 32 into the race lead. So Whelan from Bodie Parker, and it looks like Eaglin was able to remount in the 3 spot on the 24. There he is. Oh, look at that. Tripling up onto the plateau, quadding, and then tripling out, but it didn't actually look too much faster. We'll see if that line comes into play as he tries to set up a pass on Bodie Parker. Eaglin again going to use this outside. Let's see if it works to an inside move right here. Nope, still funnels to the outside. It's that corner is just not open enough for these guys to consider inside before the Dragon's back. You still need a clean enough run up those whoops. And these guys are opting to go outside to make sure they maximize that run up the face of the Dragon's back. Mistake from Parker. Quadding over goes Eaglin. And will this be for second? It is. Parker left him plenty of room. But Eaglin now moves back up into P2. And who was that down? That was a 52 by the looks of it, going the other direction. Rough start for him. So let's see this option again. No, Eaglin is now not going to go for it. He's going to go on-off quad instead. And giving chase to Bryce Whelan. So the Phil Ski and Snowboard 31 machine of Whelan. Whole shot maestro, former 250 East champion. Racing 450s here tonight at A1. Leads the field here in 450 heat number 1. And Eaglin again working this outside line in the sand. I like it. Change it up. Be different. Try to find ways to make moves. That's certainly what Eaglin is looking for. The running order across the top of your screen shows Riley Hewen in the 9 spot, just ahead of former series champion Jack Haley. Haley's trying to get it figured out. We continue to watch our 2 leaders. Colby Eaglin is just inching up to Bryce Whelan. We have done no onboard action tonight, so let's do it now. There is that triple line with a little quad over and then triple into the corner, and that time it does gain time, but it was most likely because Whelan did not get the quad into the corner. You can see how frantic this action is from first person with Eaglin. Right up on him. So we'll get a good perspective of the sand right here. He's going to go outside into the sand. That one line that's being made out there is Colby Eaglin's line to use. And it works out pretty evenly. Oh, inside move. Eaglin's going to take the lead over the finish line jump. Doolies. And Doolies 2.0. Good perspective there of what a small bobble out of Whelan can do. As Eaglin took full advantage, just a push wide was all it took. And the 24 machine, multi-time race winner, and I believe third in the championship in 2023. Oh, makes a mistake though, and Whelan hits him, and Eaglin goes down. I don't know how Whelan didn't crash, but Eaglin's the only one that goes down in that exchange. He will pick it up in third still. Amazingly, these guys had opened it up. So Whelan back into the race lead. And his teammate Braden Castellaneta is coming with him on the 22. So the Phils boys pulling away out front. And it's Eaglin, Parker, Rogers inside the top 5. Rockefeller back here in the 6th spot with a good run. Riley Hewen there in 7th. Matt Cromie is in 8th. And Seth Carr rounds out our transfer spots on the 15 machine. But 2019 MotoOption Supercross champion Jack Haley is lurking in the shadows. We don't see old Jack Daniels Haley out here too often anymore. Great to see him make an appearance for Anaheim 1. And he's trying to make an appearance in tonight's main event. No champions provisionals in MotoOption Supercross, so he's got to race his way in. Oh, Cromie had the hops a little bit right there. Look at the run Jack Haley just had in the whoops. And then flips it around. Seth Carr has a little bit better drive that time. All these guys electing to go on-off quad. We got guys down. Hewen, no, excuse me. That is the 55 and the 32. Parker and Rogers were down. Caused another pileup. Seth Carr just went down, and he was with Jack Haley. And Haley just got bumped off the corner. Rasmus Balzer, our reigning 250 East champion, bumps as a counterpart there. Haley off the corner. I don't even think that was for a transfer spot. T-Lang, I think, is in tonight. Yes, he is. So the 2021 Race Factor Gaming National Champion. Rough start to his night so far, but he'll at least stamp a ticket to the main event if he stays here. 1 lap left to go in this heat race. Freight train up ahead of him. And Whelan's still leading on this final lap. He has got the 22 there of Castellaneta just hanging out. Seems like the teammates are almost kind of working together, riding together just a little bit to open this gap on the rest of the field. And it's working quite well as Whelan slides it in a little bit right there. Ooh, hops off the Dragon's back weird, but here it is. Bryce Whelan takes 450 heat number 1. Castellaneta will finish up in second. Colby Eaglin brings it home in third. And then Hewen has a train behind him in fourth. Let's see if he holds on to this spot with Rockefeller. Considering a move in the last corner. No, it is going to be Hewen, Rockefeller top 5. Matt Cromie goes through in 6th. Tanner Rogers 7th. Bodie Parker backflips across the line in 8th. And Seth Carr goes to the main event in 9th. T-Lang misses out. He is going to the LCQ, as is Logan Leitzel. A couple single-digit guys headed to the LCQ. Balzer, our reigning East champion, ends up in the LCQ as well. That's going to be stacked. Garrett Hollenbeck, Austin Pardolo, Frank Jackson, another guy going to the LCQ. Trevor Burns, Nick Tomasunis, Dylan Cavicciuti, Jack Haley did not finish this one. Neither did Noah Bindis. So we'll wait to see if penalties change those positions, but so far penalties haven't affected too much tonight. One rider still to finish, and then 450 heat number 1 will be done and dusted. There we go, and only 2 riders were penalized. And it changes absolutely nothing in the top 9. Carr, Parker, Rogers, Cromie, Rockefeller, Hewen, Eaglin, Castellaneta, and Bryce Whelan taking the dub here in 450, heat number 1. Gonna take another short break, rest my voice, and we'll be back on the other side of this break. Coming up with 450 heat number 2. But before we do, quick shout out to Pinned166, aka 2013 MX Simulator National Champion Zach Dupuis, for subbing again. He is on a 58-month sub streak. He is keeping our Twitch channel alive over here, people. So thank you, Zach, for the sub, and we'll be back on the other side of this break. Welcome back. 450 heat number 2 coming up. Couple shout outs. I saw I missed Kimmy's in with the sub. Big Red 538 also, thank you for the sub. Anthony Pachone with the sub. And Calibers with the sub as well. MX310. All of you guys coming in with the subs. Thank you so much for the support. Very, very much appreciated. And keeps the lights on here for us. All right, 450 heat 2. Who we got out here? Caleb Hall. Payson Johnson is here as number 700 with no skins for some reason. Kevin Ferzaka, Jeremy Siebold, Ethan Parks, Seth Crotty, Brandon Nygren, Brandon Larson, Nico Marchini. Did not get through everybody. But we will check them when they get back on the gate. Devin Davis is here. Jacob Hubbard, Finn Collins, Ferzaka. Names are aplenty. But Alexis Leclerc, and right next to him is the one of Braden Carter. 450 heat 2 is underway. Carter hits the gate. Leclerc tries to get to the corner first. He does not, and it gets hung up a little bit. Adam Holm through the corner first. It is the KTM heat race, apparently. Every single person in this one on the KTM. My goodness. And it's Enzo Butigny, TSCZ Productions, who is out front. He's got Sullivan, his teammate, right behind him. Sullivan to the outside, might turn to the inside here for a pass for the lead. No, Butigny shuts the door. Leclerc right there on the 17 with Holm, or on the 7 with Holm on the 17, I should say, also in tow. But it is Enzo Butigny who is going to lead us down to complete lap number 1 of 450 heat number 2. Final heat race of the night, top 9. Transfer to the main event. Everybody else heads to the last chance qualifiers coming up in a minute. You won't want to miss those. The action will be intense for those final 4 spots to the main events in our 250 and 450 divisions. Speaking of intense, this lead battle is about to get gnarly. Sullivan's hopping. Leclerc got sideways. And they all were about to gain ground on Butigny, who was going kind of slow into the whoops. Now a mistake for Butigny. Sullivan crosses back up. Leclerc's trying to go wide cut in, quadding between them, lands on Sullivan, puts him down, but Leclerc stays up. So Boutigny and Leclerc set to battle it out. Leclerc's thinking of an inside line right there. A couple Euros battling it here in the North American Series. Leclerc coming off of his fifth Race Factory Gaming Motocross Championship. He's the 2018 MotoOption Supercross champion in this game, and he's down out of second place. Weird spot to get turned around. He should be good. He's going to rejoin doubling on the triple, and looks like he is in fifth place. Meanwhile, in that, Boutigny retains the lead, but coming up in second, the champ is here, folks. Braden Carter trying to win A1 again. This is his backyard from Costa Mesa, California. You might likely see Carter rolling around through the pits this weekend at Real Life Anaheim 1. I'm sure I'll run into him and say hi to the champ. What he's trying to do right now is run into the 46 machine and let him know who the champ of this series is in this heat race. Boutigny doing a very solid job of managing the pace out front, but only so much you can do when the force is coming behind you. And down the inside comes Carter for the lead. Played it nice. They're going to throw dualies over the finish line jump. Dualies again, and Boutigny holds the position. Cuts back up underneath, though. Carter, very fair racing out of our two leaders, and Carter, a little mistake right there. Doesn't get the pass completed. Boutigny hangs on. Bouncing through those whoops, man. Gonna be a storyline all night here. And that on-off also pretty tricky. Boutigny shorts the quad and into the Davalos bales. Down out of the lead goes the 46, and hitting him is Finn Collins. So Boutigny goes up the track, and now Leclerc hits Collins and goes down. Parks goes by, Marchini through. Boutigny gets going with Leclerc. They're now in 6th and 7th, I believe. And there is Payson Johnson, who has moved into 8th. So Johnson, who is running some sort of weird setup. None of us have it. And he's running number 700 as well. Has now made it into 8th. This is the weirdest storyline of the series by far. Said he was not going to come back to racing in 2024. Said he was done. Moving on. And all signs pointed to that. I've talked to a lot of people that said Payson Johnson would not be on the gate here tonight. And yet here he is. But doesn't seem to be as 100% ready to go as he has been in the past. Still right in the mix, though. I mean, Leclerc and Johnson only separated by 2 spots in this heat race. Boutigny was to the inside of Leclerc, and now they're separated by nothing. Here is Payson Johnson and Alexis Leclerc. Leclerc trying to fight back on Boutigny. Oh, great fight, though. And Boutigny just goes outside, says, have it back, and Johnson goes down. It's hit by the 17 of home, who actually falls off the machine. Rzaka goes by on the 229. Here comes Luke Sullivan. Oh! How about that for a love tap? Luke Sullivan puts Payson Johnson on the ground. And not sure what that was all about, but Johnson now outside of a transfer spot. I guess it was for a transfer spot, so all is kind of fair in that regard. All right, we have got 12 seconds on the clock. I'm going to stick with Carter here and see if the white flag waves or not. It's going to be really close. 5 seconds left. Oh my gosh, like literally on the dot. Yeah, white flag is out just past the 6-minute mark. Ethan Parks up in second, making me proud. Ben Collins in third with Nico Marchini battling it out with Seabolt. our 2020 MotoOption Supercross champion, Jeremy Seebold, in the midst of a fight. Marchini falls back. Then you got Buttigny and Leclerc still arguing with each other over what is the 6th spot. Going down was Ben Collins. Ben Collins hitting the deck on the 144. He will pick it up before Sully gets there. And I think Frizaka is in the final transfer spot. Caleb Hall and Payson Johnson back here disputing 10th place. But our leader, cruising this thing home, the defending champ, is ready to win Anaheim again. He is ready to keep those plates red, but he's ready to win Heat 1 right now. 450, Heat number 2, I should say, goes to Braden Carter. And Seebold climbed his way in a second on this last lap of the race, I should say. Got around Ethan Parks and some of the others he was fighting with. Marchini ends up in 3rd, Buttigny 4th. Ethan Parks will round out the top 5. Ben Collins holds on for 6th with Sullivan 7th, Leclerc 8th, and Frizaka goes to the main event out of 9th. Jacob Hubbard. Oh, that is a big name going to the LCQ, along with, of course, with Payson Johnson, Brandon Larson, Caleb Hall, Devin Davis. There's Johnson, Nygren, Adam Holmes, Seth Crotty, Pablo Vial, Jeremy Schiabro, Connor Holiak. But think about this, folks. Jacob Hubbard, Payson Johnson, Tyler Lang, Logan Leitzel are all about to be in the last chance qualifier here tonight. That is going to be a doozy. Let's take a look at penalties, and nothing changed. Everything stayed the exact same. So penalties have changed nothing throughout our first 4 races of the night. And the champ rolls into the main event with the number 1 seed. Fastest heat race, fastest qualifier, ready to win Anaheim 1 again. LCQs coming up next. 250 LCQ will be first. 5 minutes plus a lap. Top 4 go to the main event. And we'll be back on the other side of this quick break with last chance qualifier action. All right, we are back. My head is thumping right now, but that's okay. We just got like an hour left, and then I'm going to sleep the night away for sure. But we are about to call some 250 LCQ action. Evan Cormack, Tristan Powell, Cash Woods, Tanner Thorson, Sonny Spicer, Ben Seberg, Jeremy Estrella, Tyler Shoei, Timmy Briscoe, Maverick Schneider, Holden Coate, Caden Speck, Austin Schaefer, Cameron Perkins, Zane Urich, Hayden Grimes, Ryan Pinkerton, Joey Arico, Daniel Irvine, Mads Boll, Daniel Irvine, Jonathan Hernandez, and Daniel Olson make up the runners going for the final 4 spots into the first main event of the season. All right, folks, here we go. This is the fun ones. These races can be chaotic. Never really know what is going to happen in a 250 last chance qualifier, but we are about to find out. Last chance for these guys to make the first main event of the year, and it happens right now. 250 LCQ. Chaos into that first corner, but Daniel Olson rips the whole shot again. Olson through the front door and does not fall off the bike. So Schaefer on the 36 goes to the lead. Holden Coate in a good position early on as well. Ryan Pinkerton, normally a great starter, finally gets a good one in this LCQ. He's in third, and then a bit of a gap now back to Timmy Briscoe. Briscoe a little wayward in that corner, allows Jeremy Estrella into the fray. And this 4th spot on the racetrack is the one to watch. I know the lead battle is probably going to be fun too, but you just never know what's going to happen in these bubble positions for a last chance qualifier, and Briscoe's on it right now. Oh, that was that down. That was Pinkerton out of third on the 68. And a lot of guys just went by. So Estrella now moves into the final transfer spot. He is the bubble man. Coate and Schaefer gone out front. 6.9 seconds already on just this second lap of the race. Let's go back to Cameron Perkins and take a look what it's like to try to close the gap down on the final transfer spot from 5th. Nice, really clean on that Dragon's back for Perkins. And it's tightening up a little bit. Estrella's... Oh, excuse me, pardon me, goes through Caden Speck. Caden Speck says, yeah, I'm going, man. Y'all taking your sweet time back here. I'm trying to get into the transfer spots. So these guys charge into that outside, and Speck, as the rear end slide out underneath of him, rider down, going the other way. That is for a transfer spot. Who was that? Austin Schaefer, who was out front. So up to our leader, Holden Coate. He's checking in now. We have only got 2 minutes and a lap left in this one. Briscoe second, Estrella third, Speck now fourth, and then the freight train behind him as these guys get sideways. Estrella keeps it upright. Up the inside goes Schaefer. That's for fourth. They come across a little bit. Doolies, and Schaefer holds the position. Oh, big case. Estrella going by as Pinkerton into fifth now. Onto the top of the whoops they go. Now, Schaefer was up in the front, so I feel like the speed is there for him to sneak away from Pinkerton in this situation. Oh, down goes Speck. And Schaefer had to come to a dead stop, loses that spot to Pinkerton. Speck is going to fall back to 8th position. Schaefer's still 4th because Pinkerton slipped by. And the battles continue. Jeremy Estrella is still back there on the 593. And if I remember correctly, Estrella was the 40th qualifier here tonight. Down goes the 91 machine of Timmy Briscoe. So Briscoe, spinning it around, has lost a transfer spot. And let's reset things here. Holden Cote, with now 2 laps to go, leads this from Ryan Pinkerton, Austin Schaefer, and then Jeremy Estrella, but here comes Caden Speck. Speck fighting back, gets into 4th again. Oh boy, over the berm he goes. Wow. Speck on the struggle bus and Estrella into the final transfer spot again. Nobody wants it. All right, white flag in the air for our leader, Cote. Then it's Pinkerton, Schaefer, and Estrella, who we are watching here. Can Timmy Briscoe close this down on the last lap? Uh-oh, that's Estrella down. Weird spot to crash. That hands over the transfer spot. Now Briscoe's on the bubble. And it looks like he just avoided Snyder going down. So Mads Bull is the last guy to stand a chance, and he is down too. Timmy Briscoe can cruise this thing home if he wants. Speaking of cruising it home, Holden Cote. Well, he lost a transfer spot with 2 turns to go in the heat race. But revenge is a dish best served warm, and Holden Cote is going to head to the main event anyways. He wins the LCQ in the 250 class tonight. Ryan Pinkerton brings it down. He will finish this one up in 2nd. 3rd for Austin Schaefer. And Briscoe indeed is very much taking it easy, trying to get this thing to the line. And Timmy Briscoe completes our field in 250, main event number 1 of the season here at Anaheim. So first to miss out, Caden Speck, Daniel Irvine, Tyler Shoei, Maverick Schneider, Zane Urich, Jeremy Estrella. All these guys down on the straightaway. Estrella almost had made it. Sonny Spicer. And they're just bringing it home now. Jonathan Hernandez, who had a good heat race going, he's going to miss out. Mads Bull, Aiden Grimes, Evan Cormack, Daniel Olson, and a lot of guys not heading through to the main event. All right, penalties are in. Holden Cote takes the win. Ahead of Ryan Pinkerton, Austin Schaefer, and Timmy Briscoe. Those are our 4 riders heading to the main event out of the LCQ. 1 more LCQ to go, and then it is time to drop the gate for points for the first time this year. Hang with us, folks. We'll be right back. All right, we are back. Final LCQ of the night coming up. And a couple big names, Tyler Lang and Caleb Hall hanging out together. Adam Holm is in this one, Devin Davis, Pardolo, Cavacciuti, Hollenbeck, Schiabro. There's Jacob Hubbard, he's in this one. Rasmus Balzer, Brandon Larson, Thomas Sunas, Pablo Vial, Seth Crotty. Did Payson Johnson make the call? Yes, he is. He is here. Payson Johnson got to try to make it in out of the LCQ tonight. So we have got some former champions, some former race winners, and a heavy, heavy list of talent in this 450 LCQ. Coming up right now, 4 spots to the main event. You can certainly lose your season right here at Anaheim 1 if you don't make it. It is go time for some big names in this sport. 4 spots to the main. Here we go. Hubbard, huge start on the 78, gets to the corner first. He's got the whole shot. And he is going to try to sneak away and let the chaos unfold behind him. Larson on the 76 is up there. Balzer with a pretty good start. Got together with someone on a Yamaha, didn't see who it was. Pardolo up here. Hollenbeck, some guys casing. And they're all chasing Hubbard. So this is exactly what the 78 machine needed. Had a horrible heat race. Nothing really went his way. But getting the ball rolling. Larson down, and oh my gosh, a lot of guys going down. Balzer down as well. I think that's Payson Johnson, the 212. That's Jack Haley going down right there. And it is Payson Johnson trying to get it turned around. Guys coming into your living room off the Dragon's back. And so many guys just went down on that Dragon's back. Balzer, Burns, Larson, Bindis, Davis, Schiabro, Hollenbeck. So Hubbard leads now from Hollenbeck, Schiabro, and Davis inside the top 4. Davis, a mistake, is going to lose that spot to Noah Bindis. Trying to find where the 5 machine of Tyler Lang is. Did not get a good start either. It is in a transfer spot. Battle for second is on. Schiabro getting crossed up there. Garrett Hollenbeck. All right, Bindis now going to have to deal with some pressure. B-Lars, Brandon Larson coming into the picture on the 76. And this is your final transfer spot battle. Names across the top of your screen will let them know where they are. Bindis, a mistake. And Larson takes advantage. Who else getting by here? Devin Davis into the fray. Hollenbeck. So actually, Hollenbeck is now on the bubble. Davis just outside looking in. What can the 37 DX3 Kawasaki do down the inside here on Hollenbeck? And he's got him. Devin Davis into the final transfer spot. So Hollenbeck back to the drawing board. Oh, Davis down out of 4th. Hollenbeck goes by. I see Balzer creeping into the picture here. As Hollenbeck nails the quad, Balzer does as well, right on Noah Bindis' tail. Jack Haley looks like he is out of this one, as is Logan Leitzel. A couple former champions not going to go to the main event tonight in Anaheim. Ooh, Bindis, a mistake. They're still chasing Hollenbeck, but I feel like this Balzer situation is the one to watch. The defending 250 East champion has plenty of speed to try to make this main event, but it's about making the passes. And Bilar's up ahead, getting pressured by Hollenbeck. Here comes Balzer to the outside of Bindis. Who's that down at the end of the whoops? That is Schiabro, and Balzer passes into the final transfer spot. Alternate line, trying to make it work, but doesn't quite get there on Hollenbeck. So this is 2-3-4 basically on your screen right now. Larson, Hollenbeck, Balzer, nose to tail. They are still chasing Hubbard, who is gone out front. A lap. I should say probably 2 laps to go here. Maybe 3. It's going to be close. So Larson, Hollenbeck, Balzer 2, 3, 4. They are fine where they are, but Noah Bindis is lurking. Schiabro's back here, and then T-Lang on the 5 has had zero luck here tonight and could be seeing his ticket to the main event being left in the mailbox. Go back to that battle up ahead because that is still frantic action. Balzer all over Hollenbeck. Seems like he wants to pass him, but then Hollenbeck keeps making the line stick. And Noah Bindis is just lurking back there. If you're Hollenbeck, this is a horrible position and feeling to be in. You're in a transfer spot, but you have guys right on you, right in front of you. And just like that, it could happen as Larson makes a mistake. Bindis goes by into the final transfer spot. Hubbard just checked in out front, and this is still 2 laps to go. Time just expired, but Hubbard had already made it over the line. So Hollenbeck second, Balzer third, Bindis fourth. That is as it stands right now. Can Schiabro or Tyler Lang close this gap down? Schiabro, a mistake. Get nervous time for Noah Bindis. Closing back up to Balzer, so looking comfortable. Trying not to push too hard. Schiabro and Lang just lurking back there. This is going to be white flag this time by our leader. Hubbard is about to grab the white flag, actually. There it is. And Noah Bindis hold on to this final spot. And how about Hollenbeck and Balzer? They're in a good little fight for second. Doesn't matter for position. Bindis was off the track. And here comes T-Lang. Final lap for the 5 machine. He is in 5th spot. He needs 4th. Oh, it is on. Lang is there. You can see Bindis. It's on top of those whoops in 5th gear. Oh, hopping and skipping just a little bit. Not clean enough. This is going to be tight for the 5. Bindis doesn't quad. Lang does. And he's right there. Our leader, Hubbard, is about to take the checkered flag out front. And there it is. Hubbard takes the win. Battle for the final transfer spot. Lang scrubs the Jesus out of that tabletop. Cuts back up underneath. They get together. Lang through the tough blocks. Bindis cuts back across. He's going for it. He takes Lang down, and sliding through goes Schiabro. Schiabro through, gets them both. And Schiabro's going to get 3rd because Balzer was down in the last corner. But Balzer still gets 4th. Lang misses out by 2.7 at the flag, and Bindis doesn't go through either. Unbelievable. So unofficially, Hubbard picks up the dub. Garrett Hollenbeck goes to the main event with Jeremy Schiabro and Rasmus Balzer. As T-Lang misses out, Noah Bindis and he were battling for 4th. Lang got him, was off the track. Bindis cut back up underneath, took him out. Allowed Schiabro up the inside to go by, and then Bindis went over the bars on the Dragon's back, which cost him an opportunity, and it is official. Hubbard, Hollenbeck, Schiabro, Balzer to the main event. Lang, Bindis, Hall, Partolo, Crotty, Nygren, Davis, Johnson, Burns, Thomasunis, Larson, Vial, Holm, Cavacciuti, Haley Jackson, and Leitzel out of the Anaheim 1 main event in MX Simulator. Shout out to Seiler Racing for the sub. I am going to save my voice for these main events. But it is time, folks, to give out the points. 250 West main event number 1 of 2024 is coming up on the other side of this break. top. A lot of chatting in the chat about what just happened. So let's go ahead and replay it for you fine folks out there in case you missed it. This is the 450 last chance qualifier. Noah Bindis and Tyler Lang going at it for the final transfer spot. Jeremy Schiabro back there. And this is what happened. Lang pulled up alongside Bindis, went off the track through the tough blocks. Bindis squared it off back down the inside, launched in, took him out, went off the track, and then coming back on the track, goes over the bars right here as Schiabro goes through into, at that time, what was fourth. And then this is Rasmus Balzer down in the final corner. So make of it what you will. Certainly a very interesting watch down to the end right there as Lang got that run up alongside of him, pushed Bindis out, but it pushed Lang off the inside of the track right here. He ended up jumping through the tough blocks. Not too bad of a recovery in the end and tried to get to the inside right here. He cuts back across to defend that line, but Bindis was committed, gets on the back, wheelies all the way into the corner, and at this point, the collision is inevitable. Takes him out, off the track he goes, and Schiabro says, "Thank you very much, guys. I will scoot right on through." So a very interesting sequence of events as Schiabro goes to the main event, and Bindis goes up and over the bars. We'll be right back. All right, we are back and we are ready to go. 15 minutes plus a lap for round one of the 250 West Championship in MX Simulator. Going to the line, it is Sam Weigman, Race Cobble, Austin Schaefer, Ryan Pinkerton, Andonias Cura, Colin Allen, Timmy Briscoe, Tucker Zimmerman, Emmett Sun, Ben Durana, Braden Tharp, Alec Horn, Seth Shirley, Emmanuel Cepeda, Hayden Stevenson, Evan Vanderkoy, and Steve Bonnell, Holden Coate, Carson Bullen, John Heilman, Evan Holt right there again, and anybody I missed? I don't think so. 22 riders, 15 minutes plus a lap. Round one of MotoOption Supercross in the 250 West region coming right up. All right, folks, strap in and get ready. It is go time in Anaheim. Round one, excuse me, of 250 West action in MX Simulator. The 15th season of MotoOption Supercross is ready to go. That 30 card is going to go sideways. Those revs are going to come up, and the gate is about to fall. Round one at 250 West right now. Tharp on the 23 gets to the corner first. Shirley is right in tow with him, and our two heat race guys that were up front are up there again. Shirley, a small mistake. It's Braden Tharp with the RaceFactoryGaming.com Hole shot. He's off and running with the race lead. Tucker Zimmerman gets landed on. That was Colin Allen going down. Up the inside, the 18 of Evan Holt moves into second place as Zimmerman settles back into third. So Shirley now in fifth, right behind Timmy Briscoe, the 12 right there. That is Hayden Stevenson, who also won his heat race. Good positioning early on for these guys, but they're all chasing Tharp, who looked really strong in his heat race. And Shirley square off Timmy Briscoe here, side by side for fourth. Dualies into each other, and Shirley trying to figure out his way by the 91, and Briscoe goes down. Holt and Zimmerman going at it for second. That's the 18 right there of Evan Holt, just ahead of the 148 machine of Tucker Zimmerman. And creeping up behind him. Ooh, quad into the corner for Zimmerman. He's down. And Shirley just nailed the quad. He's into third. All right, this is setting up really well. As Seth Shirley has moved into third place, he is closing up on Evan Holt, and Braden Tharp continues to lead in the early runnings of this. I believe I see in the background the 12 of Hayden Stevenson has moved into fourth place as well. Oh, Holt, a mistake, and Shirley almost gets into him. Somehow they both stay on two wheels, but that was tight. So one complete lap in the books. It is Tharp from Holt, from Shirley, and Stevenson with that position is in the 4 spot. Shirley quadding by, trying to get Holt. Holt gets the door shut. Squaring back underneath those, Shirley gets a run in the whoops, not quite good enough. Holt hangs on, and Shirley gets a little bit wobbly into the corner. That is allowing Stevenson on the 12 into the picture. And it is also crucially letting Tharp get away just a little bit. Quad up the inside and puts Holtzy into the bales. Goes Seth Shirley into second place. So the JIBR.co number 1W is into the 2 spot, and the chase is on. Can he run down Braden Tharp on speed alone? We'll find out. A lot of racing still left to be had. So much time on the clock. But it is Tharp from Shirley. Stevenson moves up into third. Evan Holt regains his composure in fourth, and Colin Allen rounds out the top 5. Evan Vanderkoy runs in 6th with Cepeda 7th, Bonnell 8th, Schaefer 9th, and Sam Weigman rounding out the top 10. He's got John Heilman and Holden Coate right behind him as everybody jockeys for these early positions. Good fight right here. You got Schaefer, you got Steve Bonnell, you've got Emmanuel Cepeda. Bonnell getting sideways and ends up almost backwards in the track, loses 3 positions, almost 4 as Holden Coate comes in. These whoops are really biting these 250s. It seems like that quad is the make or break in this 250 class right there as well. Schaefer now closes up on Emmanuel Cepeda on the 56. That is a battle for 7th, and they are right on Evan Vanderkoy for 6th. So the top 5 breaking away a little bit, and then this really good fight from 6 on back is a good one that we'll keep our eyes peeled on as it continues to develop. Look at this, actually. Cepeda down the inside is going to get Vanderkoy. So Cepeda up into 6th. Vanderkoy 7th. Now does Schaefer also have a move as Weigman getting into the mix on the 14. Oh, Schaefer jumping by Vanderkoy, and Vanderkoy gets hit. And somehow Weigman doesn't go down, but Vanderkoy does. Very unlucky break right there as Heilman and Bonnell go by. Ooh, Colin Allen down in 5th. So back to our race leader, Braden Tharp. And looks like that gap has stayed pretty similar back to Seth Shirley here. Already at the 5-minute mark, we are a third of the way into this race. Lap time check, 103.1 for Shirley. He checks in at a 104.4, 104.6 for Tharp. They have both run 103.1s though, matching each other's top time so far. But of course, the flow of the race continues to change and the lines develop. Who is going to adapt to this track better? And don't forget about Hayden Stevenson back here. He's still lurking in the 3 spot. Oh, that's a little bit of a bobble right there, though. Shirley nails the quad. I believe Tharp is still doing it as well, though. And the lap times, I mean, this looks like it's going to be identical for them. They've stayed right at that 4.6, 4.7 mark this entire lap. Ooh, Shirley offline, down, not off the bike. Ooh, risky track re-entry right there, but fortunately, Stevenson was not close enough. Battle for third is brewing. Evan Holt all over the 12 of Hayden Stevenson. Both scrub down the finish line. Holtzy a little bit cleaner. And of course, not too far behind Shirley. Stevenson down and off the bike. Holt up to third. Stevenson remounts as Emmanuel Cepeda goes through into fourth. Here comes Schaefer. Here comes Heilman. Look at this train. Oh, and down goes Stevenson again. He's off the track. So just like that, he goes from third to ninth, I believe. Yeah. Excuse me. Look at this dogfight going on right now as Cepeda has Schaefer all over him for fourth. Look at this, Schaefer inside. Oh, kind of teed him up a little bit. And off the track goes Cepeda. Schaefer loses 3 spots as Heilman goes through. Bonnell makes a pass. Colin Allen also going by. Oh, the track is back is brutal. And Bonnell has a fearsome get-off. Good grief, these guys are having a day right now. Battle for the lead is on. Tharp versus Holtzy. Where did Seth Shirley go? But I see Tharp now dealing with the 18 machine. Tharp tries to go for the quad, goes down. Evan Holt has taken over the race lead in Anaheim. The 18 District Designs backed Honda is our new leader in Angel Stadium. Four and a half seconds up on Seth Shirley. Half of the race done. And with the things as they are, let's get a quick rundown at the halfway point of this race. Evan Holt leads from Seth Shirley. Braden Tharp is in the 3 spot now. John Heilman 4th. Colin Allen rounds out our top 5. Austin Schaefer 6th. Emmanuel Cepeda 7th. Bonnell in 8th. Andoni Ezcurra 9th. And Hayden Stevenson now rounds out our top 10. Timmy Briscoe in 11th. Sam Weigman in 12th. Ben Narana in 13th with Tyler Nichols 14th. Ryan Pinkerton rounds out our top 15 with Emmett Sundin 16th, 17th for Holden Cote. 18th is Tucker Zimmerman, 19th for Race Cobble, 20th for Evan Vanderkoy. Alec Horn just went down. He is in 21st. And the last position on the racetrack right now, Carson Bolin, he has got Seth Shirley right behind him, but he is getting out of the way. That is a run down through the field at the halfway point of this one. They are all chasing Evan Holt. And Tharp has moved back into second, so Shirley another mistake. And this is starting to fall the way the 18 machine really wants it to do for him. Could this be a breakthrough night for Evan Holt? Coming up on 5 minutes and a lap left to go in this main event. Lap traffic will almost certainly play a factor. A lot of guys up ahead. One of them just went down right in front of him. That was Vanderkoy. And Holt is, I think, tightening up a little bit. Getting a little bit wayward in the whoops. Trying to keep it all together. Still nailing that quad, though. That's critical. Oof. flatting out onto the table, or on the straightaway, I should say, right there. So let's see what happens with lap traffic when Evan Holt gets them, because he's catching a group of them just up the road right now. So far, taking it pretty simple and easy, not pushing the envelope on the Dragon's back. It's Shirley back into second, 9.5 back. Heilman now in a podium spot with Schaefer fourth and Tharp all the way back to fifth. So things are still shuffling around behind him. But Evan Holt is 4.5 minutes away from an unbelievable, huge breakthrough win if he can hold on to this at this point. Lapped riders down. I think that was Pinkerton Yogi back to Yamaha ride. Oh, Holt is really trying to hit his marks and now taking it super clean on those on-offs. Shirley, meanwhile, pushing the pace just a little bit more. Goes for the quad, cases it a little bit. Here's a battle for third. John Heilman and Tharp. Tharp is quadding up the inside and just barely gets it stopped before he hits Heilman, but does complete that pass. So they continue their spout over third place. And Schaefer is right there on the 36 as well, hoping to pounce in case they get together. Coming up on 3 minutes and a lap left to go in this main event. .8.1, now 7.9 back to Shirley. Shirley's coming, but is there going to be enough time? 104 flat, 104.9 last time by. Holtze doesn't go for the quad that time by. If you're Shirley, you might have to push the pace to get to him. You could also keep waiting for a potential mistake if it were to come as well. You're running out of time, though. 2.5 minutes on the clock. Down under 7 seconds. Kind of looks like the demeanor that Shirley has, that the pace is certainly being pushed. Ooh, almost through the front door on that Dragon's back. 105 flat, 106.3, 1.3 seconds gain that last lap alone. Holtze does not get the preferred rhythm, but smartly backs out of going for it and settles with the option. Oh, his whoops are just the devil to him right now. He just wants them to be over with, as Shirley himself is even kind of bouncing through them a little bit. It looks like it is going to come down to Evan Holt versus Seth Shirley for the win. Lap traffic down in front of Holtze. 1.5 minutes left on the clock. Evan Holt through the Dragon's back another time. He only has to hit that, I think, 2 more times. We'll have to see. Checks in back out front with just over a minute left on the clock. Oh, Shirley is coming, man. 105 flat, 106.7. Another mistake for Holtze. Doesn't get the preferred option through here. Now Shirley, he's trying. Off the track. And then quads back on. Actually probably gain time doing that. And this is coming down in a hurry. Holtze is tightening up, but the saving grace for him is based on timing at the moment. Uh-oh. Oh, no, he's down. He cased the quad and goes down. Shirley goes into the race lead. As I was just about to say, the timing. Oh, Shirley almost goes down. All right, now it's Holt's time to chase. And I think they're going to get white flag this time by. Through the sand. Shirley, even he is tiptoeing. And yes, time is expired. No, it says it's still on the screen, but white flag is waving. Can Evan Holt close it down? 1.9 on the final lap. gonna need some help. John Heilman is lurking. Shirley got the quad. Holtzy did too. That gap is staying static. Shirley bouncing through the whoops a little bit. Holtzy got on top of him really good right there. Shirley bouncing again, and Holt is closing up once more. Does Shirley go for the quad? He does not. Oh, Holtzy a mistake. He doesn't fall off the bike though. And it's now Shirley's to lose. A few turns left to go. Really, the Dragon's back will be the only thing left standing in his way. Oh, you hate it for Holtzy. The one case on the quad got him. Here it is, though. Final straightaway. Shirley over the Dragon's back. Clean. The champ comes in and repeats. Anaheim 1 goes to Seth Shirley. Holtzy, a valiant effort, crosses the line second. He will lament what could have been, but it'll still be a very solid second place at the opener. Heilman third to round out the podium, and Andozi Ezcurra got all the way up to fourth. Tharp, after leading this one for a while, ends up inside of the top 5. Austin Schaefer 6th. Colin Allen ends up 7th. Bonnell 8th. Sam Weigman 9th, and Hayden Stevenson rounds out the top 10. Tyler Nichols 11th. Jimmy Briscoe is going to bring it to the line here in 12th. Tucker Zimmerman will be 13th, and 14th and final finisher on the lead lap, Holden Cote. As penalties are in. Let's see if anything changed up here. No, it is still Seth Shirley taking the dub from Holtzy and John Heilman on the box to start the season. Let's take a look further back. Emmanuel Cepeda 15th from Narana, Pinkerton, Horn, Cobble, Vanderkoy, Sund, and Bullen. Everybody finished this first round of the season. Good to see that. But it is the one dub, still number 1, and holds the red plate into San Francisco next week. Seth Shirley takes the dub at Anaheim 1. One main event down, one more to go. 450 action coming up. It's the opening round of MotoOption Supercross live here on Start Your Systems. We'll be right back. Alrighty, folks, here we go. A1 MX Simulator, first main event of the year. Tyler Lang, Braden Carter, Aaron Rockefeller, Ethan Parks, Riley Hewen, Enzo Buttigny, Colby Eaglin, Luke Sullivan, Seth Carr, Kevin Frazaka, Jeremy Siebold, Braden Castellaneta, Bodie Parker, Jacob Hubbard, Tanner Rogers, Matt Cromie, Garrett Hollenbeck, Finn Collins, Jeremy Schiabro, Nico Marchini, and Bryce Whelan going to the line. We missed him, but there he is. Alexis Leclerc also going to the line tonight. You may notice that Tyler Lang is in this main event. The rider that finished 4th in the LCQ is not here, so they switched that out. Just trying to get everyone in the main event that can. I know you guys in chat are going to be up in arms, but it's okay. Calm down. Here we go, folks. This is go time. This is what we wait all off season for, is the fun that we are about to have at the opening round in MX Simulator. This track has provided the goods tonight. We just had a terrific 250 main event, and now we're about to start Chapter 1 of 17 for MotoOption Supercross in 2024. Who have you got? Who's getting that hole shot? And who is going to win the opening round of MotoOption Supercross tonight here at Anaheim? Well, strap in, folks. It is time to go racing. Put it all behind you and get ready to drop the gate. The 30 card is sideways. Round 1 of MotoOption Supercross starts right now. Hubbard from the outside rips a huge start on the 78. Jacob Hubbard out of the LCQ rips that RaceFactoryGaming.com Hole Shot Award, and he is gone. Big lead already. Aaron Rockefeller, Colby Eaglin, Jeremy Schiabro, Nico Marchini, all out front. Where is Carter? Where is Leclerc? They are buried. Leclerc, look at that. Carter is dead last. 22nd place on our leaderboard as Hubbard from the outside gets that hole shot. Well, everything has gone wrong for Hubbard tonight so far, and it is turned right in a hurry as he leads lap number 1 in Anaheim. Rockefeller, Eaglin, Schiabro, Siebold, Marchini, Parker, Whelan, Cromie, Buttigny, Frazaka, Rogers, Parks, Hollenbeck, Sullivan, Hewen, Leclerc way back here, Castellaneta, Collins, Carter just ahead of Seth Carr, T-Lang rounding out Caboose. Holy smoke, strap in, folks. This is going to be a long one. Man, oh man, what a start for Jacob Hubbard. He needed that in a big way. Not a heat race he wanted. Not really a great LCQ either, but did get the win. Now he's got smooth sailing out front. About 2020 champ Jeremy Siebold moving up into 2nd place early in this one. This is starting to look a little bit more like the Jeremy Siebold of old. Starting to figure it out again in this game, perhaps. And that would be great to see if he can get back to some of that old form, that race-winning form out of the 10 machine. Bodie Parker moves to 3rd as Schiabro swapping places with Marchini. This is really good runs for these guys early on. I'm sure they're going to be stoked about their positioning. Inside the top 5, then Buttigny, Cromie, Eagland has slipped back to 8th. Rogers and Rockefeller round out the top 10. Parks and Leclerc now finds himself in 12th. He's going to go to 11th. And then eventually 10th as another Phil ski and snowboard rider was down right there. Oh, Leclerc goes down himself. And Carter snuck through in that chaos. So Leclerc, who had just moved into the top 10, is dead last. Everybody just went by him. So now where's Carter? There he is on the 1. Up into 10th. Lot of racing left, and we've seen Carter come from really big deficits before, so this is not unfamiliar territory for the 1 machine. But if he wants to keep that Anaheim 1 streak alive and also retain the red plate into next week, he is going to have his work cut out for him. Down the inside, gets into Ethan Parks, bumps him out of the way. Into 9th place he goes. So Rogers 8th, Eagland now into 7th, Buttigny 6th. Marchini still inside the top 5. Whoa, we got contact. Hubbard and Parker just got together with Schiavro off the track. Jeremy Seebold is leading this race. Not sure what happened to the 78, but how about this one for Jeremy Seebold? Like I said, this would be awesome if this is the Seebold we get in 2024, as he has now got a 6-second lead in his back pocket trying to pull away at the front. Marchini into 2nd place just ahead of Hubbard. These are Phil's teammates right now. Scrubbing over that finish line jump. Marchini's going to end up outside, and Hubbard peeking inside, but not quite close enough. Oh, Hubbard. Oh, I thought he was going to be short, but he just was so much lower on that quad. Into the whoops. Hubbard on top of them pretty well right there. Almost runs into the back of his teammate. And Marchini's holding steady. Crosses up a little bit right there, and Hubbard's going to pull up alongside. Who quads into the corner? Hubbard does. Marchini. Oh my gosh, they get split as Buttigny goes into 3rd. And now it is Hubbard just ahead of Buttigny as Seebold continues to lead this race. Look at Enzo Buttigny on Jacob Hubbard for 2nd place. Man, what a move. Not wasting any time on the 46 up into P2. Here comes Colby Eagland on the 24 as Marchini makes a mistake, and Eagland down the inside is going to get to 3rd because Hubbard's down. Hubbard is down. Carter goes by. Schiavro goes by, and Hubbard a double fall off. Parks is through. 39 and Matt Cromie goes by. Rogers went through, and Carter is now into 6th. On Schiavro for a top 5 position. Oh, Carter down! No way he just rode out of that. Are you serious? That is unbelievable. Cut the track a little bit, but man, oh man, the fact that he just stayed on 2 wheels, I cannot believe that. So he stays in 6th ahead of his teammate Rogers. And let's go back to the front, catch our breath for a second. We still have 15 minutes basically of this race left to go. Seebold is still leading this thing to the tune of 7 seconds now. Buttigny 2nd, Eagland up to 3rd. So Colby Eagland having a pretty strong A1, and it's going to move him into 2nd place as Buttigny cases the quad. Oh, Marchini almost went down trying to squeeze in there on Buttigny. But it's Eagland now 2nd, Buttigny 3rd, Marchini 4th, Schiavro 5th, and then Carter in 6th. Ooh, Buttigny, another really big mistake. That's going to cost him a lot of time. And here comes Tanner Rogers. Where did Carter go? Parks is by. Schiavro. Carter and Schiavro still going at it, but they both lost a couple positions. So maybe they got together. Not really the A1 he was hoping for. Oh, wow. Absolutely murders Jeremy Schiavro. So I don't know what happened leading into that. But, yeah, Carter not happy with the 61 machine. Interesting dynamic for sure. All right, where are the battles? Tanner Rogers is into 3rd. Got around Eagland. Ethan Parks is, or I should say he is in 6th because, well, Marchini just picked it up in 5th now. So these guys are musical positions right now. Rogers is up to 3rd ahead of Eagland. And going down is Marchini. He just dropped out of 5th. So there he goes. Leclerc still in 14th. An update for you 7 fans out there. And Jeremy Seebold just clicking off the laps out front. This is going to be a cool win if he gets it, but it's also just the sneakiest little win ever for Seebold to come out and win this opener if he can. Things are going really good for him right now, though. All right. Parks and Carter, this is a rematch after Carter kind of shoved Parks out of the way earlier in the race. So let's see if there's anything brewing between these two. Carter's been kind of T-boning people out of the way to come through the field by the looks of it. And Parks is just going to say, you know what? Go ahead. I don't need to deal with this. I'm going to stick where I'm at. And Carter gets back into 6th place. Parks 7th, Verzaka 8th, Bryce Whelan 9th, and Marchini has slipped all the way back to 10th on the 53. Matt Cromie is 11th, Bodie Parker 12th, Riley Hewen in 13th, Jacob Hubbard is 14th, Leclerc 15th, Finn Collins in 16th, Schiabro all the way back to 17th after the contact with Carter. He is not going to be thrilled, nor will this man, Luke Sullivan, who had really good things going for him in the heat race. He is now 18th on the racetrack. Tyler Lang 19th, Castellaneta 20th, Hollenbeck 21st, and Rockefeller, I have this off, Rockefeller 21st, I should say. Seth Carr bringing up Caboose on the field in 22nd right now. But leading the freight train still is this man, the number 10, 2020 MotoOption Supercross champion, Jeremy Seebold. 12-second lead. For those of you new to MotoOption Supercross, MX Simulator, in this game, you can crash, but your crashes will never really be any longer than at max 12 seconds, usually about 8 to 9 seconds. So Seebold has a full fall-off crash, is what we normally call it, ahead of 2nd place, and that is a very comfortable position to be in. You still can hit your marks, you can still do the lines you want to do without fear of really losing the lead, because you could still pick it up in the lead if you crash. And Seebold's all too familiar with this kind of territory. Making little mistakes, though. It's not completely smooth out front, but he certainly knows how to win these races from the front of the field. And he's no stranger to getting it done at Anaheim 1, too. He is very solid inside of Angel Stadium. And still little mistakes happening here and there. Oh, that was a big kick right there. Case is that. It's not pretty. Whoa, here's Carter into 2nd on Eagland. We just got back there as Boutigny went down out of the 2 spot, and Braden Carter has moved into 2nd place. So some heavy hitters now right up front with Eagland up here. Boutigny just barrel rolled in 4th. Gets it going just behind Rogers, and Verzaka jumping in, but that's not for position. So this is maybe our best battle, Carter versus Eagland, on the track right now, and Eagland still loves this outside in the sand. So 103.3, 1 flat 0.9 for Carter, and a 105 flat for Seebold. That is a 4.1 second difference on lap time alone. Braden Carter is coming. Can you imagine he wins this main event from being dead last on the first lap? Might be in for a long season for the rest of the field if this is the Carter we're going to have this year. Didn't get the quad right there. Eagland does. We are into the final 7 and oh, Carter, mistake. He was backwards in that bull berm. Really only lost like 2 seconds, but did lose a position. I was about to say we're coming into the final 7 minutes and a lap of this main event. And it was looking like, are we going to see these guys close up on Seebold? But now, as long as Seebold keeps his head clean at the front, might be a long shot for these guys to get there as they battle each other the way they have been. Seebold hitting his marks, 13.2 second lead over Colby Eagland. And this battle for second is on. Carter all over Eagland again. Those whoops are getting really cupped out in the middle. So the speeds are getting higher, but the chance of a kick is also pretty high with the way that those are sitting. Eagland's still getting the on-off quad. Carter really smooth on the backside of that tabletop. And Eagland, is he still going to go outside here? Yes, and Carter's going to go inside, but it's not close enough. Eagland really had to rip that outside for it to remain status quo. Scrubs the finish line, scrubs the triple. And Carter is still just sitting in his shadow. And there's a mistake out of Eagland. Carter's going to try to pounce and quad up the inside into second place. Gets him, but how long will it last? Eagland squares off the corner. Carter down huge in the whoops. Oh, he exploded. Just got a really gnarly kick halfway through. And Eagland has second place all to himself. Boutigny not close enough to take advantage. Still in fourth. Tanner Rogers now right behind him in fifth. Actually, for Zach, I apologize to him. It was for position. He is right there in sixth. This is a very good run for the 229 ride. And how about Leclerc climbing all the way back to seventh place and still on the charge? 102.3 last time by. Doesn't look like much compared to what Carter's done to get to a podium position, but this is really solid damage control for Leclerc, who was also absolutely buried and was dead last later into the race than Carter was. So he can keep charging forward. There's still a potential for a top five as Frizaka is down. He is going to go to sixth right now. And the march continues forward. Oh, Carter. Oh, Carter. My goodness. What a save. Bouncing off the side of the track right there. He's pushing, man. He wants to get back to Eagland, and Eagland is still sitting just right in front of him. Jeremy Seebold has just left everyone in his dust, though. And this is the sneakiest little getaway ride. And surprising at that as well, I feel like, because, yeah, some people had Seebold maybe on the radar coming into the year. But I don't know about coming out and winning the opener after the last couple years that he's had, necessarily. This is going to be a strong result if he pulls this thing off. Back to Eagland and Carter. Neither of them getting quad right there. Four minutes and a lap left to go. Carter is inching ever so closer to Eagland. And quads up the inside into second place. He's got him. So now Eagland has to fight back and figure out an answer. That's not going to do it. This track is really getting gnarly. A lot of different lines all over the place. So 12.3 seconds back. Carter is... How about this, though? Jeremy Schiabro is the next guy he has to lap. And, hey, turnaround's fair play here. Carter took him out early in the race. I don't think Schiabro really wants to give him too much room here. Now, the question is, does Schiabro take him out? It looks like he's kind of trying. Definitely all over him. Let's see. Oh, he's going to go down. So Carter gets away from that situation. And Seebold continues to lead here. Under 3 minutes to go. 11.5 second lead. Now down to 10.8. Carter is coming. And similar in that 250 main with Evan Holt and Seth Shirley, it's kind of about the safe strategy versus the send strategy. And it's always tough being in the lead late in this race when someone's closing on you as fast as Carter is, because you just don't really know what you want to do. Carter trying to weave through lap traffic. T-Lang trying to stay high and out of the way there. 8.7 seconds. Siebold is watching that gap come down, but maybe he doesn't care. Again, he knows how to win these races, no question about it. Oh, that was a little weird kick, though, that's for sure. Even through some lap traffic, just got by Jacob Hubbard. We remember whole shot this race. Leclerc has climbed all the way to 5th. And Siebold just trying to bring this thing all the way to the checkered flag. 6.7 seconds is the gap. Carter is still putting everything he has into it. And I think we're going to have 3 to go still. This is, yeah, should still be 3 to go based on the current timing. So 106.1. Lap traffic down and out of the way there. 1 flat point 3. Carter just reset fastest lap of the race again in traffic in the ruts on lap 19 of this main event. Oh my. All right, well, seems like it's go time. Carter made a small mistake because it's now 7.5, but we still have another lap after this one. I believe we are going to get 2 to go this time by. It's going to be close. We'll see. Yeah, I think we're getting 2 to go. Oh, and Siebold is begging for that white flag right now, but he is going to miss it by about 6 seconds. 2 to go in Anaheim. 5.9 seconds. Lap time check again. 103.4, 103.3. Siebold responding. Lap traffic still in the way for Carter. And remember, the way Carter kind of came through the field was not very friendly with some of his competitors. So I feel like the lappers are maybe going to be nicer to Siebold. We'll see. Carter has a lot of teammates, so a lot of Phil's guys that are going to just probably pull aside and let him go. Siebold still on-off quad clean through there. 7.1. Gap is stagnated a little bit. Really just needs 1 clean final lap. 2 lappers right in front of him. One is a Phil ski and snowboard rider for sure. It might be Matt Cromie. I'm trying to get the number. Oh, Siebold is down on the Dragon's back on the second to last lap. And here comes Carter to take the lead away. What a weird crash that was. You have got to be kidding me. Braden Carter takes the white flag in the lead. Siebold has got to be wondering what just happened. I don't even know what just happened. How did he crash there? The Dragon's back had been worn down so much, and it looks like he cross-rutted. And Carter is clean through the whoop. Siebold is trying to keep this thing close, just in case something weird happens. There's a lapper down in front of Carter. That's Castellaneta trying to get out of the way. Siebold does not get the quad into the corner. Carter just trying to defend inside lines now. And now Carter just has to get the Dragons back clean, and this is his race win. What a turn of events here. With 2 laps to go, and Braden Carter, who was down and dead last on the first lap of the race, makes it a 3-peat in Anaheim. Braden Carter takes the dub at the opening round of the series. Jeremy Siebold finishes up in second, and just like Evan Holt in the 250 main, it is going to be a how did that just happen to me? Colby Eaglin rounds out the box to start this season. Tanner Rogers will end up in 4th, and Leclerc and Boutigny still disputing 5th place on the racetrack. Oh, Boutigny into the back of Leclerc. Almost goes down. And Leclerc ends up inside of the top 5 at the opener. Boutigny, Ethan Parks 7th, Bodie Parker 8th, Kevin Frizaka, very solid ride only triple-digit guy inside the top 10 ends up 9th, and Matt Cromie will round out the top 10 at the opener. Jacob Hubbard, last guy on the lead lap, will be 11th. Braden Castellaneta, 12th. Nico Marchini, Luke Sullivan, Riley Hewen inside the top 15. Finn Collins, Tyler Lang, Garrett Hollenbeck, Jeremy Schiabro, Seth Carr, Aaron Rockefeller, Bryce Whelan made up the list of our finishers here tonight as Hubbard crosses the line. Penalties actually hurt Siebold just a little bit. And in the end, Carter confirmed as the round 1 winner here in 2024 to kick off MotoOption Supercross. Siebold, Eagland round out the box. And I desperately want to watch that again if we got a clip here. I think someone clipped it. That was just Schiabro taking him out earlier that we have a clip of. Well, if anybody has a clip of what just happened, I would definitely play it again. I still just do not get at all how Siebold just went down right there. But, hey, that happens sometimes, man. That is MotoOption Supercross to a T. And just the way it goes sometimes. Wow, what a night. What a day. What a start to the year. And the champs reigned supreme in Anaheim. It was Seth Shirley in the 250 main event and Braden Carter in the 450 main event getting it done. Back in studio with you guys. Kellen Brower in the booth all night long. My head is still thumping, but I am now going to go sleep it off and think back on what a terrific Anaheim one we just had in MX Simulator. First of all, huge shout out to everybody who subbed tonight. We went up a ton of subs. Very, very, very much appreciated all the support that you guys had, the new follows, the new subs, everyone that tuned in here to the Twitch broadcast. We will get the broadcast up on YouTube as soon as possible. But again, thank you guys so much for tuning in to the opening round. Shout out Carter, shout out Shirley, and shout out, of course, to the Race Factory Gaming crew for putting on a terrific opening round of MotoOption Supercross. We will be back same time, same place next Wednesday for round 2 in San Francisco inside of Oracle Park. That's going to be a fun round, getting back up into the Bay Area in that stadium we haven't been at in a very long time. So I'm excited for it, and we hope to see you guys back here with us next week as well. But that's going to do it for our coverage here of Anaheim 1 in MX Simulator. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week in San Francisco. Bye-bye for now.